For women, it's hard to embrace your inner goddess and rev up the engines in the bedroom when you're worried about your love handles or your breast size or your bony hips. And I imagine that men have their own list of hangups too. Nothing kills the mood quite like being negative about the way you look. So what's the relationship between body image and sex, and can we ever put our hangups aside when we're in the sack? What is the truth about sex and your weight?
Great question. So the way I really look at it is that a lot of us believe that if we lose 20 pounds, that's when we'll finally feel sexy. And what I really believe and what I've seen in my own life and the lives of the thousands of women that I've worked with is that really the only way to lose weight is to really understand and own and express your sexiness in the body you currently have. And in the article, I discuss how to do that. And I'm sure we'll get into more of that today. But really the key is to really fake it till you make it, and to really start to pretend as if you already have that body and to act as if. And when you do that, you start to awaken that sexiness in you and you really start to feel it and believe it. And I mean, as we all know on this panel, so much of feeling sexy in bed is just being turned on by ourselves.
Ultimately, my experience, and my experience working with a lot of women around this as well, is that you can hate yourself pretty much at any size, and you can love yourself at pretty much any size. This is not the idea that this is about the number on the scale is just a complete myth, right? Like, it is an illusion that keeps us in the cycle of feeling that we are in control of how we get to feel about ourselves through some external validation, rather than understanding the reality of the situation is we are in control of how we get to feel about ourselves because of our brains, not because of some external factors, right? Like how much we weigh or what compliments we're getting from our boyfriends or whatever. So that is, it's just a big myth, to put it bluntly. There's so many different strategies for dealing with body image when you're in the trenches, dealing with a bad body thought, right? And I think that, I usually have women that I work with ask themselves, similarly to what Sarah just said, ask themselves, okay, is this a reflection of something underlying, some sort of underlying insecurity or self-doubt that has actually nothing to do with my weight that I'm experiencing with my partner? Or if it has to do with just, straight up my own body image stuff, there's various other strategies that go along with that as well. And I think one of them that we just haven't mentioned yet that I think is important to mention is the idea of challenging social constructs around sexiness means, because although we all can say sexiness has nothing to do with the way you look and blah, 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 there's so many people out there who do believe that sexiness comes in a specific package. And, I think of it as basically, there's weight discrimination is real. That's a real thing that happens in the world. And what side of the argument or what side of the line do you want to be on? Do you want to be a woman that's standing up for I can be loved and I can be sexy at any size? Or do you want to be a victim to that mentality and that social problem?